Receiving, Steven's our food court manager, and Anthony's one of our night supervisors. So we wanted to do something that involves teamwork / communication that will affect the different departments and how we solve a problem as a team. So the scenario basically is a mixed pallet's gonna come in, and for one reason or another, it wasn't taken care of properly. It was ran out to the floor, put in the wrong spot. Steven's searching the steel, looking for it. Got fresh inventory coming up, can't find his layer of pizza sauce. Where's the pizza sauce? No, that's good. Take 10 minutes to look for it, because this is gonna be 50 minutes long.
Steven?
Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, so I'm doing inventory. I'm coming up short on pizza sauce. Do you have any clue? I'm missing a layer. Do you have any clue where it's at?
Yeah, buddy, I believe a mixed pallet that came in yesterday. Let me double check here real quick. Yeah, you should have one layer out there. A mixed pallet came in yesterday. Come back to the dock. Let's work it out and see what we can do.
All right, so yeah, Paul, I counted 100, but we have on hand 110, and I can't find it anywhere.
Can't find nowhere on the floor, nowhere set. All right, let me get to Anthony, the emergency to see if he can find it. Hey, Anthony, come in, Anthony.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you come to receiving, please, bud?
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm checking up facilities. Yeah, what do you need, Paul?
Hey, so, yesterday on Saturday, you know that my receiving clerk called out. I was back here running the floor, and I had a dock driver was on vacation, so I had a fill-in dock driver. Unfortunately, getting pulled to the floor, doing this, that, the other, there was a mixed pallet on the floor. It had 93 and a one-layer pizza sauce on it. Do you remember seeing that last night with your crew?
I do not. I'd have to call around and see if anybody remembers putting it somewhere. I don't recall it.
So you don't know if the pallet was split, re-tagged,
I don't know. I'd have to check with my crew.
You don't know, okay, you don't check with the crew. All right, so what we gotta do, we're gonna have to call the driver, see if we can find this mixed pallet.
I'm in the West, man. We got a lot of pizzas.
Okay, I understand.
Let me go make some phone calls. and
So
I'll
they
get back to you.
figure this out, but also just keep in mind that it had 93 and 88 on it. So do me a favor, check the steel and see if there's anything with 93 and 88 mixed pallet that wasn't split.
All right, like I said, let me make a few phone calls and do it back.
I mean, I'm sorry about this. Yesterday was crazy. We had so many side loads. I had receiving clerk called out. I had a fill-in dock driver. I was in and out between running the floor, doing this, because you know Saturdays I'm on the floor / whatever. So we're gonna look for it, we're gonna find it. Do me a favor, can you just check 313 one more time, let me know.
I got it.
All right. Hey, Anthony, he's gonna walk out there as well and check it.
All right, Paul, so I was talking to another supervisor that was working that night. He recalls the pallet going out on the floor. He says it can be up at the pharmacy. I'm gonna have one of the other guys go double check.
Okay.
It could be up there, I'm not sure.
All right, let me know if it's here. Let Steven know, communicate that with Steven as well, please.
Steven, you got a copy, Steven?
Yeah.
All right, Steven, I spoke to the other supervisor last night. He said there was a pallet that went out to the floor. I'm gonna try to double check pharmacy right now. You may wanna get it over there too.
You know what aisle?
I believe it's on the boat wall with the pharmacy stuff.
Hey, Paul.
Go ahead, Steven.
We finally found it. I don't know how it got all the way over here to the pharmacy, but we finally found it.
What do you mean it's over at pharmacy?
It's supposed to be typically in 318. I guess Anthony put it over here in pharmacy. I don't know how it got over here, but we found it. So I guess we could talk to somebody else to put it back in 318. So we have everything together.
Is the pallet still split, or is it still got everything still on it? Does it look like
It was just one layer, but we found it.
Okay, all right, no problem. Hey, Anthony, do me a favor, get with Steven and drop that pallet and bring it down.
All right. So the moral of the story here is that there was no communication between the departments. Yes, everybody was shorthanded, typically we always are, but if we would have had some sort of communication, whether it be a text to one manager to the other, or an email saying, look, I need something coming in, please keep an eye out, let night crew know that either keep it on the dock or, you know, at least separate it and whatnot, then this situation wouldn't have happened.
So basically, it started with me. I take responsibility for the whole thing, because it started from the receiving desk. I had a fill-in receiving clerk and a fill-in dock driver. I didn't take the time to let them know, hey, this is how we want split pallets get split, they get repalletized, they get license plates on it, it gets ran out to the appropriate department. I for some reason, just let that slide, got busy, ignored it, forget night crew would do it. Forgot to email, like he said, email night crew, hey, there's a split pallet on the dock, I apologize, we didn't get to it this morning, can you please split that, so night crew can come on out, put up, because we got fresh inventory, it's gonna screw something up.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Well, this scenario happens quite often, and at the end of the day, they did find that one layer of the pizza sauce, and I think the communication overall was very effective afterward, and then trying to locate it. Now, the one thing I would probably suggest, and you kind of said that it was too busy, there were a lot going on that day on the dock, but at the end of the day, if somebody already took the time to split up the pallet, it looked like it was a one layer pallet by itself, that's something where that driver could possibly do.
Well, it had 93 on it, that's why it was a layer of, that's, Steve, we got a little messed up on that, but it was a layer of 93, or sorry, pizza put 93 on top.
Okay.
So the driver saw the problem, just saw the 93, put it up in the steel from the 93, that was what the issue was.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. I mean, a lot of stuff comes in mixed with 93, and everybody's in a hurry to put things up in the steel. So the first tag they saw was 93. There's probably clothing somewhere else in the middle of it also. So put it up in the steel. So, but I guess the whole thing, like Paul said, with that communication at the end, to all work together to come up with a solution or to find the product was probably the most important thing, because it's important for Steven's inventory. You don't want to go into the next period being short 10 cases of pizza sauce. So, anybody else?
One thing that these guys pointed out, and this is something that used to happen a lot in the past, and I know I've lived through it, I think all of us have. And one thing that I learned over the past was, this was a topic that was brought up in a forklift driver meeting. So what ended up happening was that education through that meeting of this example, now all the drivers know when they see a mixed board coming out to the floor, it sends up a flag that this is not supposed to be that way. And now you have 6, 7, 8 forklift drivers now on the same page of looking for this, trying to be a line of defense for something that may be a simple task that creates a big risk, because now we're like scrambling, and anybody who's been in the food court and you're down to the last one of something, it's tough, and it always seems like it'll happen in the middle of the day, and now how you're trying to overcome that challenge could be pretty difficult. If you don't have a forklift driver, you're out there with a scissor lift, there's a lot of risk that happens by this simple example of what Paul was talking about. But what happens now we got somebody in a scissor lift, now they're out on the floor, do we create risk with the members? Are we trying to do this? Are we backing up on getting the food court operational because we couldn't find the 10 cases of sauce? But this is a great example of reality of what can happen to any one of us during a day.
And they're good memory on Paul's part. I came in with the 93 stuff, and that cuts down a lot of the searching time too. Kind of exactly where to go, look up where the steel, where all the pharmacy items are, and it's sitting right up there. Okay, thank you guys.